It's no secret that our right to vote is the foundation of our American democracy, but sometimes the process can feel overwhelming or unsafe. That's where Vote Without Fear comes in. Whether you're voting for the first time or the 10th time, this platform has everything you need to feel confident and informed. From where to vote, how to vote safely, and what to expect at the polls, voting is your voice. And with Vote Without Fear, you can use it without hesitation. Visit votewithoutfear.com today and take the first step towards secure, empowered voting. Remember, it's your vote, and you deserve to vote without fear. That's votewithoutfear.com. Welcome to It's Your Vote, a special series on a Fresh Story podcast all about voting. We'll be diving into everything you need to know to make your voice heard at the polls. From understanding voting rights to ensuring your vote is safe and secure, we're answering your most pressing questions about the entire process. Whether you're a first-time voter or just want to brush up on the details, this series is for you. So grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's get to today's question about voting. Hey, sister, let's talk about provisional ballots, baby. Okay, let's get into it. What is a provisional ballot?
It's a great question. I kept seeing it come up and I wasn't really sure. And then I realized we've actually voted with provisional ballots before during Hurricane Sandy, or you did. I was at my polling location. So a provisional ballot ensures that individuals who may face challenges regarding their voting eligibility still have the opportunity to participate in the election process. This is a mechanism critical to maintaining the integrity of elections while safeguarding the rights of voters. When a voter encounters issues such as their name missing from the registration list or lacking proper identification, they can fill out a provisional ballot. This ballot is distinct from regular ballots, and it's not immediately counted. Election officials will subsequently review the circumstances surrounding the voter's eligibility, and that eligibility is determined by existing registration, which may have gotten lost in the shuffle of elections. Elections are big things. They're hard to manage.
Mm-hmm.
If the voter is confirmed eligible, the provisional ballot is included in the final vote count. Conversely, if the eligibility is not verified, the ballot will be excluded from the tally. This process provides a balance between allowing access to voting and ensuring that all votes counted meet the established legal requirements.
Okay, so question for you. What are some of the reasons why you might need to cast a provisional ballot?
That's a great question. So maybe your name doesn't appear on the voter registration list at your polling location, or you don't have the required identification at the time of voting. Maybe you're voting in the wrong precinct or polling place. We get confused sometimes. We move, we go to our old polling place and forget. Or your eligibility to vote has been challenged at this polling station for some reason. Or maybe there's an issue with your absentee or mail-in ballot, such as it not being recorded as received.
Are provisional ballots available everywhere in the United States?
Yeah, I've got great news for you on this one. Since 2002, the Help America Vote Act, or HAVA Act, was made law. Provisional ballots are available in every state except the ones that allow you to register on election day. So that's a fair balance, I think. If you can register that day, you can also vote that day. But even some of those states have found provisional ballots to be useful and a necessary tool.
Okay, so how could I know if my provisional ballot was accepted?
Yes, so there is a very helpful tool that we link to on votewithoutfear.com, and you can track your ballot for most states there. So find yours.
How often do provisional ballots get accepted?
Okay, so actually pretty often, and I'm going to quote the MIT's election lab here. So, according to the 2022 Election Administration and Voting Survey compiled by the U.S. Election Assistance Commission, approximately 700,000 provisional ballots were issued in the 2022 federal election. Approximately 550,000 of those were counted, at least in part, and approximately 150,000 of those were rejected. These 700,000 ballots accounted for 0.63% of all votes, quite a small percentage in the 2022 election. The 150,000 rejected provisional ballots amounted to 0.13 of those ballots cast. So again, a very small percentage.
Well, why might a provisional ballot be rejected?
It's a great question. They might be rejected for a number of reasons. If you're not registered in that state, or the wrong jurisdiction, wrong precinct, if you've already voted, or there's insufficient identification. There is actually a lot of rules around preventing voter fraud, and provisional ballots do a great job in maintaining that control. The reasons do vary by state, so check out your state on votewithoutfear.com and our Let's Talk About Provisional Ballots post, and we have a very handy link right there for you.
How is a provisional ballot investigated?
Ooh, we're talking detective work here. So again, we're going to lean on the National Conference of State Legislature article on provisional ballots. So once a provisional ballot is cast, it's stored separately from other ballots and investigated by local election officials. Generally, this process entails verifying the voter's identity and eligibility to vote and may require the voter to provide further information. If the identity of the voter and the voter's eligibility can be established through reviewing the voter rolls or verifying a signature, all or a portion of the ballot will be counted. If their eligibility cannot be established, the ballot will not be counted. In some states, the voter may be asked to take action after Election Day to have his or her provisional ballot counted. In these cases, the voter may be required to return to an election office following the election to verify his or her identity and or eligibility to vote. In most cases, these voters were issued a provisional ballot because they did not prevent voter identification as required by that state. Occasionally, a voter may be asked to return to provide proof of residence, such as a utility bill or other eligibility verifications, depending on the reason for the issuance of the provisional ballot. These states are likely to be those that offer Election Day registration.
When will my provisional ballot be counted?
That is a great one. So it depends state by state. It varies state by state. And we have linked to a very handy chart that you can find on Vote Without Fear in the Let's Talk About Provisional Ballots post.
Do provisional ballots delay election results?
No, they do not. You do not need to worry about that when voting by provisional ballot. They are counted after election results are reported, but can sometimes come into play when there is a very close race. They do not slow down the process of democracy, as election results are most often reported before all votes are counted anyway.
Okay, so how do I ask for a provisional ballot?
Sometimes asking for an accommodation like a provisional ballot can be scary or awkward, but we've got you. Know that accessing a provisional ballot is your right. So stand in that confidence, put your shoulders back and say, hi, and then fill your reason here for needing a provisional ballot. I'm at the wrong voting location, or I don't have the proper ID, and I am in need of a provisional ballot. Once I fill that out, do I return it to you? Thanks so much.
Super helpful information on provisional ballots, and you can head to votewithoutfear.com and check out all of this information. Save it to your phone at votewithoutfear.com. Thank you for listening to today's show. We're here to support you and your right to vote because your voice matters. As always, the information shared in today's episode is not legal advice, but helpful resources we've gathered to guide you. For more details and to stay informed, head to votewithoutfear.com. And remember, it's your vote. Are you ready to use your vote? Whether it's your first time or you've done it before, Vote Without Fear is here to help you feel prepared and safe every step of the way. From understanding how to vote securely to knowing where your nearest polling location is, this platform has all of the information you need. Don't let uncertainty hold you back. Your voice matters. Head to votewithoutfear.com and make sure that you're ready to vote with confidence and peace of mind. Remember, It's your vote, and you deserve to vote without fear. That's votewithoutfear.com.